cool.
Good gap?
Everything, yeah.
No.
We minded the gap.
No buzzing in my mic?
No, there's a hiss from the air conditioning.
That's fine. We can't do anything about
summer.
that.
It's 80 billion degrees outside.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
It's like 10 a.m. thereabouts as we're recording this. Mm-hmm. And when I left the house, the thermostat in my car was like close to 90, and it was pure humidity, which, is what you want.
Yeah.
After just showering and, getting ready to face the world.
Yeah, what day was it? I want to say Tuesday, I think. I got into my car from work.
Yeah.
And it was a very hot day. It was with the heat index pushing 100. But it was so hot, I left my phone in my car. We can't bring our phones into our office. So I left it in my car. And it was so hot that it was like, I'm just not even
going to... How hot was it?
It gave a little thing like, I'm not going to do anything.
I'm not a phone anymore.
Until you cooled down. So I took its case off and held it in front of the air conditioning for like 5 minutes.
One of the things I've noticed, having done some stuff outdoors in the heat recently, is because of all the humidity we have. Your clothing will get damp in the heat.
Yes.
And then your phone is in your pocket.
Oh.
And then your touch screen, is registering that as I had created an event in Google Calendar called and invited a pastor from my church to that event.
Did he accept?
It did not send yet. So I was like, that's probably for the best.
That would have been pretty funny.
It would have been funny.
Like I would have accepted it and give you a call, like, Dave, what's going on, brother?
You all right there, brother?
Do we need to talk?
Yeah.
You should come in. You should come see me.
Yeah. Did you text from the bottom of the bottle or the middle of the bottle? It was one of those, like now that I had to go through all, like, sent emails, sent messages, like, make sure no other weird stuff. I had, 5 photos and 4 videos taken in my pocket just from the damp and moving.
It's disgusting.
It is disgusting. Speaking of disgusting.
Hey, good one.
Yeah, I leaned away that time.
Yeah, that was good. I just, when reviewing, I think, not last 2 weeks ago episode, but the one before, did you intentionally get my burp? Like, okay, just making sure. Like,
I've got a better one coming on the one I'm editing right now.
Oh, gosh.
Because if you remember, I don't know if you do, that we both burped at the same time.
We did.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I have a moment that you're going to see that I was delighted. People are going to unsubscribe.
Right.
We'll have
that's fine.
A dozen less, which is closer to 0 than I care to admit. But yeah.
There's a podcast called the Unsubscribe Podcast.
Really?
Yeah, I like it. I heard of it because Gary Nerdrotic.
Oh, his book. Did you pre-order?
Yeah, I did not pre-order it yet.
I did not yet. I was looking at the signed one and the $60 price tag. I'm like, I want that, but I don't want to do that.
I was looking at the I Want It All bundle, where you get the signed, the hardcover, the softcover, both T-shirts, and the hat. That's $210.
Yeah, I remember looking at that last night and not looking at that. Yeah.
But anyway, he went on this Unsubscribe podcast, and their energy is probably not for everyone.
Sure.
But I really like them. There's a guy on there. Oh my gosh, I can't remember his last name. But he ran for a congressional district in Texas and just lost it by a narrow margin. Brendan something.
Okay. There's
a guy called Donut Operator.
I love that immediately.
Yeah, he's pretty prolific on the X, and then the main guy Eli, and they're bros. They're cool, and
nice.
I think they're all former military and/or police.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, they're just they're solid dudes, but it's not for everyone because there's lots of blue language.
Yeah, so my first grown-up job, like legit working with other adults, was mostly former law enforcement, former military. It's not for everyone.
Yeah.
Those are a type. There's some variations within the type, but that's a type.
Yeah, I don't watch all their episodes, but every once in a while they'll have an interesting topic or a guest, and I have to tune in. So I would give it on a scale of 1 to 10 recommendation, I'd give it like if you're a person that isn't offended by stuff, I'd give it a 7. If you are offended by stuff, I'd give it a 10 because you need to be offended.
Right, yeah.
Because
please exposure therapy.
Yes, please. In what world do you think you being offended means anything to me?
Well, their world.
Oh, okay.
Which is the most important world to them.
Sure enough, yeah.
It is how that works.
Speaking of being offended, and why I'm wearing my amazing hat,
we're having a weird couple weeks.
We are. I guess it doesn't matter who you vote for if your priority is to have the Epstein list released.
I'm pretty sure both sides of the aisle are fully compromised, or it was a government-run CIA operation in order to get hooks into powerful people.
Yeah.
Or both. I mean, it can be both.
One comment I saw was, do you think that the powerful people would be more valuable to the people in power currently if they were in prison or if they were being blackmailed? I'm like, yeah, okay, fair point. But I just, it's so frustrating. So if you're on the left, it's like, well, the list isn't being released because Trump was on it. And then
I'm so smart, I didn't say the same comment when my guy was president.
And then if you're on the right, it's like, hey, it's Trump. He's doing his 4D chess thing.
Right.
Now, I will give it to Trump. The stuff that he does is not unlike throwing a grenade into a room and closing the door, and then everyone's freaking out. Sir, you can't throw it. You blew us up. Our arms are falling off. And then it'll come in like a day later. It's like, was it really a grenade or was it just a smoke bomb?
It could have just been a prop. I don't know if you remember those water balloons that were grenade shaped.
Yeah, we had those.
You're being very emotional. That's why we call you Crybaby Dave.
Crybaby Dave.
He's a crier. I wouldn't cry.
But yeah, meaning that he'll do something outrageous, and then you can't react to what he does.
Right.
Someone has the 48-hour rule.
Bongino does. Bongino's 48-hour rule, which needs to be applied to Bongino currently.
It's so sad because he's a solid dude.
He's a solid dude, and he's in an unwinnable position. Loyal to the president, not loyal, and loyal to the truth, and not loyal to deep state.
Right. So, which is
yeah.
Who I'm voting for from now on, because
apparently that's all I've ever voted for.
Yeah. So keep it up, guys. You're doing a great job.
We've always loved deep state.
We do.
Yeah.
We are fans of the
We're
deep state.
a fan of last war and can't wait for next war.
Oh yeah, and war after.
Oh,
war after's going to be lit.
That is going to be the war of wars.
Yes.
I can't wait for war.
Yeah, and I can't wait for the people who say right now that they would never want to be in that war when it's their people in power.
Right.
Suddenly before that war.
Yeah.
And be like, yes, we need that
We
war.
always needed that war.
And then the other people that were against it would be like, oh, or for it, they're like, oh no, we hate that war. We can't do that. It's been put in.
Yeah.
I was telling you that that needs to be probably in every episode from now on.
Probably.
Maybe more than once.
Yeah. It's just a go-to drop. I found it because of work looking for an animated GIF. It's GIF because it's graphics, not graphics. Fight me.
And that's not peanut butter?
No. So, yeah, I found that to express my outrage at my job. And then I'm like, wait, this is the most appropriate, 3 seconds ever. So I found it on YouTube.
Yeah, when I was reviewing, not most previous before episode, before you published.
Stop Burning My Country.
When you just put that in there, I had to stop and laugh because that really got me. But it's also my sense of humor.
Right. Yeah. But it's important to scream into a pillow like an adult every once in a while.
It is. Speaking of, do you have any thoughts or plans to see Superman 25?
So I was actually having this conversation last night with a couple of friends asking if I'd already seen it. And this is sacrilege for a lot of people. I've never been a huge Superman fan. I loved the Lois and Clark Dean Cain show.
Yeah,
we were the right age when that came out.
Yeah,
but
it was a regular
Superman is kind of boring to me.
Yeah,
it's all powerful, indestructible. So you need his one weakness to beat him. Mm-hmm. Or there's a couple now. There's magic and whatever. But growing up, it was kryptonite.
Right. That's
all it was. But then magic and a couple other things are now his weaknesses. Because it turns out being indestructible, you run out of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, well, pit him against someone who's just as indestructible as him. Okay, did that. Mm-hmm. Okay, give the bad guy kryptonite. Okay, did that.
Yeah.
All right, so now it's all of that. Add too many characters, make it James Gunn weird.
Yeah.
And I don't know. James Gunn's a little too in love with his style.
He is. I'm a little. He's lived long enough to see himself become the villain.
Yeah.
Because I love his older work.
Yeah, his older work.
Unashamedly.
Yeah. Especially the first Guardians movie, I think.
Guardians,
Slither.
fantastic.
Slither was great.
Super.
I forgot that was his, yeah. Super. Right. Shut up, crime. Such a great catchphrase.
He's got a style.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it with Superman. I was never the biggest Superman fan either. I remember watching the original Christopher Reeves movies and liking them as a kid.
Yeah.
On a rewatch of Superman 2, I kind of just gave up. I was just bored, and I know it's sacrilege.
Yeah.
But it's
right. It's not. There's no now.
Let me go full sacrilege. I like The Man of Steel. I don't think it's a Superman movie.
I could one up you. I love the Man of Steel, and particularly because I think Zod is one of the best villains I've seen on screen.
Yes.
In 20 years.
Yes, my caveat being that is not Superman.
No.
Superman would not let his dad sacrifice himself to a
nor,
tornado.
nor would he murder Zod. He would find a way to.
Yeah, or nor would he destroy an entire city with his eye laser beams.
Yeah, no.
But as far as like I guess the beats of a story, especially we get that 20-minute intro on Krypton.
That was great.
It was dope.
Yeah.
It was really good.
No, it was a solid movie in an alternate universe where Superman's kind of a punk.
Yeah, and I will say, I've heard this said in the nerd sphere that it might have been the best superhero trailer of all time.
Oh.
Because it had that the brooding, moody
Yeah.
music and just all the clips of Cavill, who is the best Superman.
Yeah.
Well, Dean Cain is the best Superman.
Dean Cain's
Cavill is
the
the
best,
second
yeah.
best Superman, best on-screen Superman on film
Big
screen. Big
screen
Superman.
soups. Yeah.
Though, I mean, not to take away anything from Christopher Reeve, he did a great job too, but it's just, I guess those started in the 70s, I think. We were probably just a little too young.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the John Williams score,
which is 10
I
out of
remember
10.
Gene Hackman.
Yep. I remember Lois Lane's little soliloquy while they were flying.
Yeah.
You can fly. And like basically sang a poem in her mind while they were flying through the air.
Yeah.
Kind of on the cheesy side.
Yeah. It was like somewhere in between the 60s Batman TV show and good.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite. And yeah, I understand that people have a lot of nostalgia for it. And Christopher Reeve, I mean, his story's amazing. Like everything.
Did you ever see Super/Man? The documentary on him?
No, that is still in my list. I remember seeing
Same.
the trailer and like I need to see this movie.
The trailer got me emotional.
I was misty-eyed.
I was like, oh my gosh. So I do need to see it. I'll probably rent it at some point. I was just hoping it would come to Prime.
Yeah,
but,
I'm sure it might at some point. I just
rent it, probably watch it with the wife because it looks like
it looks like one of those good tear jerky kind of movies.
Yeah, but to get back to the point of Superman for me is not the story so much as it is the aspirational perspective or aspect of it, that you want to be good, you want to do what is right.
Right, and he's supposed to be sort of the pinnacle of that.
Yes,
like,
a beacon of morality.
And truth, justice in the American way. And
Right.
I've heard on the internet spheres that they changed that for the human way, and I don't know if that's true.
So apparently that was never uttered in the film.
Oh, okay.
But I think it was things that was just said in promotion of the film.
Okay. Gotcha.
Because Hollywood... Well, this is the problem with making a Superman movie is Hollywood can't figure out how to do just a good guy that's an American.
Right.
So the whole thing, he's an immigrant. Yeah, okay.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is every Native American. I'm a Native American. I was born here.
Yeah.
I come from immigrants. Right. As do you. Having the same.
Everyone, considering, unless you are in roughly Iraq and can trace your lineage back to Eden, you're an immigrant or a child of one. But how far back do we go?
Yeah.
How far back?
Right.
When is it okay to say you're from here and it's okay?
Because it wasn't that we conquered by being so much better. It's that we were
evil.
expansionists. But every nation conquered and expanded.
Yeah, conquest was considered a normal way to gain land until very recently.
Yeah, it has become very no in the last.
Yeah.
Well, I guess maybe I can have context up to the 70s from people who were older than me talking about the 70s, but I don't know much before then.
Yeah,
maybe the 60s.
I mean, the 60s, that's when you had like Berkeley and all that, and like the hippies. So I think that's probably when the tide
it was probably like a small pocket
started
that
turning
grew
there. Yeah,
into,
and then they all became college professors, and they started corrupting everyone,
and then created entire degrees for people to just become college professors because they have no marketable skills, and now they're all in HR departments, and we just find ourselves in the hellhole in which we currently reside. Roll credits.
I used to be with it. Then they changed what it was. Now what I'm with isn't it, and what's it seems weird and scary to me. It'll happen to you.
What a start. I just wanted to ask about Superman, but
but then we went on a downward spiral into deep, soul-crushing despair because of the fall of our once great nation.
It might come back.
We're doing better than we would have otherwise.
This is true. I read this morning like a $27 billion surplus.
Yeah, from those terrifying tariffs. Yeah. And yet, Jerome Powell won't lower the interest rates.
I saw rumors swirling that he may resign, but he'll probably resign when Kathleen Kennedy resigns from Lucasfilm.
Yeah, right. When we actually need failures to go away.
Yeah,
maybe he'll fail at what they do.
He'll resign up to president.
Yeah, I was explaining the concept of failing up to people that don't understand it recently, and just how ridiculous it is. But it's a
really
real thing.
is. Remember meritocracy? Mm-hmm. Remember just the best person for the job does the job?
Yeah. I do remember that, Tim.
I remember. But to put a button in the Superman talk, I'm not going to see it in the theater.
No.
I may rent it.
Yep.
I will definitely watch it if it streams on a service that I'm subscribed to at the time.
Yeah, I don't know who's got...
But it would be HBO Max.
HBO Max would be my...
I get so confused because it was...
Or no.
It's a Warner's property, and Warner's owns HBO.
Which is now just, I think, Max.
So it was HBO
Go.
And then... Yeah, then HBO Go, then HBO Max, then Max.
Yeah.
And now it's... What is it now?
I don't know.
HBO? Whoa.
Oh, yeah. It's HIV. It's just HIV.
The virus that can lead to bad movies.
Bad movies, indeed. Well, instead of talking about things that are bad...
Yeah.
Why don't we just talk a little bit about something that's good?
Do you mean we should talk about The Simpsons?
I do mean we should talk about
Carbon
The Simpsons.
blobs from Sector 7G.
Let's do that thing.
Who is it, Firebrand Smithers?
One of the carbon blobs from Sector 7G.
From Sector 7G.
G, yo. Oh, I'm going.
We're not that. No. So we're talking about Bart the General.
Bart the General. Yep. I took notes. Did I send it to myself, or is it just a draft? It's just a draft. Okay.
I took no notes. I watched it last night, and then I read the Wikipedia Simpsons guide episode recap.
I read the Sparks note to the Wikipedia.
Because let me just make sure I remember Herman's name.
That was Herman, the one-armed Army surplus store guy. I don't know if it ever actually becomes a pawn shop. This is one of the things we were talking about with
last time. Yes.
Hello, friend.
Yep. We need more of that specific
that
character.
Dude needs to be spin-off. He's so good. Bart the General. It's pretty Bart-heavy episode for a change.
Yep.
We aren't really focusing on Homer, which is maybe...
Well, Bart was the selling point when we were kids.
Yeah.
But that could have been because it was marketed to kids, even though it was saying it's not a show for kids.
Right.
Kids still watched it.
Oh, yeah.
But this is a bullying episode.
It is.
And as a long-term show of the fan, you forget that Nelson Muntz is actually Bart's bully. A long-term show of the fan. Right. Now, there are moments of bullying as the series progresses, but this was he and Bart at odds.
Yeah. They've been allies, they've been enemies.
Mm-hmm. Been frenemies.
They're richer for the experience. So it starts off with Lisa having done the traditional Lisa suck-up move, making cupcakes for Miss Hoover.
Mm-hmm. Homer wanting them, Bart wanting them.
Her making an extra for Otto after Bart. It's like, oh, she made cupcakes, but they're just for her teacher. It's not for any of us. Like, here, Otto, I made you one.
Here, Otto, I made one for you.
Yeah. So Bart is trying. It's a bumpy bus ride. He's trying to get the cupcakes from her. Doesn't happen, but they get off the bus, and we encounter... I didn't write down the name of the first bully, but he's an associate of Nelson's.
Right, he's lesser bully.
Yeah.
He's the bully mini-boss.
He is. I don't know that we ever see him or his compatriot after this episode.
I did take a note. One of them is color changing. I don't know if you noticed.
I thought
I had to back up and rewatch, because I thought... Because one is yellow and one is brown.
Right.
But in some shots, both are yellow.
Okay, because
they have color issues like...
Smithers, I was going to write it down because they're drawn almost identically, and when they're in the cafeteria walking out, I was like, oh, they did a one scene color swap,
right?
But it's actually two different characters.
No, but there is one shot with both of them in it, both yellow. So way to go, colorists in Korea. You done messed up.
It was the 80s. Cocaine was flowing like water.
Yeah.
It was probably in the water.
Isn't it great that we can write well on cocaine?
Yeah. So anyway, the the bully that's the associate of Nelson starts, I guess, squishing all the cupcakes.
Yeah, he stomps them all. Bart stands up to him, is warned that he's with Nelson. Then Nelson shows up,
picks him up. Bart swings.
Bart gets a lucky hit in.
Yeah, because a line that I still say to this day is,
"You made me bleed my own blood."
Roll it.
Yeah, and it gets it has been borrowed by other stuff. Like, no one makes me bleed my own blood. Like, I've heard it in other stuff. Like,
You made me bleed my own blood.
Yeah,
I love that. When the meme of Leonardo DiCaprio on the couch pointing. Yeah.
Like, I've been saying that for decade something years.
I know that.
Yeah,
I know what it is.
I love that he's like, I'll get you after school. Or like, Skinner's trying to shepherd everyone into the building. He's like, I'll get you after school. No. He'll get you after school.
yeah, he'll get you after school, son.
Yep.
Scoots great. Yeah, it was so awesome.
We also got, I think,
Now hurry up.
the most Millhouse we've gotten so far. Millhouse actually had some lines.
Yes,
it felt like developing him a little bit more than they had. We'd seen him, but I don't think he'd really had much of any dialogue up until this point.
Yeah, so basically, because Bart tried to be the hero for his sister, made Nelson bleed his own blood, he now is going to get beat up by Nelson after school.
Yep.
And spoilers, it happens.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any really much important in between those moments.
See, I took like notes, and maybe they'll spark your brain because they don't spark mine. Dry those tears. I don't remember what that was in reference to. Homer had the hair dryer to dry.
That's afterwards.
That's afterwards.
So they get into the fight.
Yeah.
Bart gets beat up. They put him in a trash can.
Yeah.
Roll him away, and we actually had a really great animated shot of Bart's perspective within the trash can, and the world spinning around.
Yeah.
And he luckily rolls right up to his front door, where he goes in and goes past his parents, and then they figure out that he's been beaten up, and it's Homer's job to go talk to him. So Bart's in the tub. Just sitting in the tub, not bathing.
Yeah, just sitting, all beat up. Now, before he got beaten, I did have one other note that I jumped over. Was Lisa referred to him as Bart the bully killer in the cafeteria?
Right.
So that's the first moment of inspiring everyone that Bart's going to be the hero of the story. He's going to be the guy that takes out the bully.
Yeah, he did get.
He got the lucky hit in, and then he did
applause.
What did he to the associate bully? I guess he knocked him down, or so. I don't remember.
Like
but
yeah.
So either way, he's made a stand, and there are people starting to get behind him.
Yeah. So but that's where we get to the part of Homer trying to comfort Bart.
Yeah.
So Bart's crying. He's like, "I really need help, Dad," or whatever. And then so Homer's like, "Oh, dry these tears. Use a hairdryer to blow the tears." Yep. So. But this is where Homer gives his inspirational speech of how to handle a fight.
Right, and basically it's teaching him to fight dirty.
Fight dirty, yeah.
Kick him in the family jewels, bite him, do whatever it takes. You're a Simpson boy.
So we get to the next day at school and to our next fight at the same part of the schoolyard, and Bart has Homer's little imaginary bubble behind him. And remember, son, get him in the family jewels.
Yeah.
And he can't because of Nelson's reach.
Yeah.
So the ghost Homer's like,
so Lisa convinces him to talk to Grandpa Simpson,
the toughest Simpson alive. I believe, is this our first introduction of Grandpa? I don't remember.
I don't remember if it's the first. But
the problem is that we're watching this every 2 weeks. Yeah. And it's been a couple of months, and old man brain.
Just like Millhouse, it's the most of the character. It might not be the first, but you've got him complaining.
Yes, the energy of Grandpa, when, as far as I know, we first see him, is writing a letter to the TV networks about he's tired of the way they portray old people in films and TV. They're not sex crazed.
Right, some of us are just old, boring complainer. I don't remember the exact phrase.
Like words I never want to hear on TV again. Rock.
Something,
and then family jewel.
He just that's right. He just wants the good old days where TV was wholesome and boring.
He said non-offensive.
Non-offensive, which is hilarious when you consider that The Simpsons was considered offensive back then.
I think he said it was like plain and non-offensive.
Yeah,
or boring
I think you're
and non-offensive.
right.
But yeah.
So he gets Grandpa's advice. They go to meet Herman, the Army surplus store guy.
Did you catch what was in the glass case?
I missed it.
Your elf eyes failed you, so all the stuff for sale in the glass case was Hitler's teeth for $25.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like, hey, cool.
That's a
Dude,
steal.
that's Hitler's. I was like, man, what would that go for right now?
I mean, if you go a good cloning operation, people pay good money for those teeth. There's some DNA in that.
yeah, Grok 4 could inhabit it.
Yeah. Him and Kanye. Oh my goodness. So anyway, they give him some advice, some military advice. At which point Bart gathers the troops together. He's been beaten up again. He shows up late to the treehouse meeting, all scuffed up. And then one of my favorite moments in the episode is he's trying to give them the encouraging speech. I can't promise you victory. I can't promise you good times. And everyone gets up and leaves. He's like, okay, I promise you victory. I promise you good times.
Yeah, it sounds very much like a politician to reference our previous discussion.
It does.
But from this point, we're doing some boot camp stuff.
And we are a lot of montaging.
And we're getting, I looked it up, it's music from Patton.
I was pretty sure it was Patton.
Because
I was pretty sure that's what
Fox owned the rights to both. And so they were able to have that.
I think like the backlit orange with the silhouette, I'm pretty sure that was a Patton scene as well.
Full Metal Jacket.
Oh, it's Full Metal Jacket.
Look it up.
Yeah. But yeah, so you're getting the war movies of the day. And even a reference to Patton when
when
Bart slaps the boy.
The
because that was in Patton's story as well. He slapped a soldier who was crying.
Yep.
And then Grandpa had a great line, which I paraphrase. It was something like, you can push them out of a plane, you can ask them to die in some godforsaken hill, but for some reason you can't slap them.
Yep. Nearly verbatim. The clip will tell
it's
the
very
tale.
close.
You can push them out of a plane. You can march them off a cliff. You can send them off to die on some godforsaken rock. But for some reason, you can't slap them.
And then he had another great line as they were... so they get a bunch of water balloons. They overwhelm Nelson and the sub-bullies. The sub-bullies turn, and then it's everyone versus Nelson, and they're just destroying him. And Grandpa had another great line, which is something like, I never thought I'd see terror in the eyes or hear the screams of pain. Thank God for children. I have to play the clip, because the line's close, but...
A reference to his time serving in the war.
Yeah.
I thought I'd never hear the screams of pain or see the look of terror in a young man's eyes. Thank heaven for children.
So Nelson's all bundled up. Bart, he tells Bart, you're going to have to untie me. He's like, well... Or Bart is saying, I'm going to untie you now. He's like, if you do, I'm going to pound you. He's like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'm not going to untie you. He's like, well, you're going to have to sometime. It's like, oh, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
But that leads us, we all go back to the Simpson house.
Yep.
Nelson all tied up, and we have Herman working with Grandpa on
to make the articles of the armistice between the two.
Which is great. So they ultimately conclude that Nelson will have no real power.
Right, but we'll still hold the title of neighborhood terror.
It's a ceremonial position.
Yeah, it's a ceremonial position.
So they agree to the terms, sign the thing, and just have cupcakes. And Bart
we bookend the episode, cupcakes and cupcakes.
We do, and
it rhymes.
And
again, it's like poetry. So if they rhyme.
So Bart and Nelson will, from this point forward, have adventures together where they're either together or opposed. But he's not just a bully from this point forward. He actually becomes a. I couldn't even list my top 20 characters, but he'd probably be in the top 20.
Well, he's a mystery wrapped in an
enigma wrapped in a vest. Yes. Yeah, but no, he's a great character. Anyway, but then we end with Bart talking about war like an after thing, which was great. And he was like, there are no great wars except the American Revolution, World War II, and the Star Wars trilogy. Based.
And that was back when there were, just like now, only 3 Star Wars movies.
Correct. Well, I mean, I'll say 6, but it's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Any number under 7 is acceptable.
Yeah, I have... Well, that depends. Do you count the Ewok Adventure? Do you count the Caravan of Courage?
Yeah, I mean,
Do you count the Christmas special?
It counts for something. It counted for Carrie Fisher's heroin dealer or cocaine dealer. Whatever.
Yeah.
He was high as a kite during that thing.
I think one would have to be high as said kite in order to get anything out of that. The only thing I like was the animated segment on Boba Fett. Yeah.
Well, we've been in Sector 7G as blobs of carbon.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you have a problem with people? Did you decide?
I have a few, and I was trying to narrow it down. I was trying to see if my trip to Wawa would be an inspiration. It was. Of course. That was my first interaction with people that I wasn't immediately related to.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to go with that one because it's fresh.
It's fresh like a bakery bun.
Like a baked bun from the bakery. So let's do Problems with People.
George is getting upset. Oh, yes! That's what I should have said. You know, we're living in a society.
I wonder if that intro gets the screaming just over top of "We're living in a society." No, it should just be George.
We
but
can't overdo it.
But yeah, we'll pepper it in here and there. So, it's a quick role play like the last time I had a problem with people.
Okay.
Tim, thank you.
We didn't agree to this backstory.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Was that hard?
I mean, only in the sense that you're not welcome. I had to pretend that you were welcome.
But you at least understand that the appropriate response to thank you.
The civic nicety of replying.
You're welcome.
You are welcome.
So, I again, just always aware of what's going on around. We're very nearly always aware of what's going on around me, where people are. So when entering and exiting the Wawa, you hold the door if there's a human being.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter age, gender, race, creed, religion, whatever. You just do the thing because that's a fellow human being and it's a worthy gesture to do to your fellow human.
It costs you nothing.
Nothing whatsoever.
And it could mean something.
Right.
It could mean nothing, but on the off chance that it means
Someone
something.
might be having a bad day and it might just be that little thing that keeps them from going postal that day.
Right.
They were always willing to be reasonable.
That's right.
Always.
I don't see it as being nice. I see it as crime prevention.
Right, exactly. So, I don't know when it became acceptable to reply to thank you with yup. So, I had the door held for me, and I said thank you to the gentleman who held the door, and he said yep. I'm like, no.
So let me ask you.
Yeah.
Because this is me saying yep. But here's the scenario.
Okay.
To enter my office, we have a vestibule for signing in.
Sure.
So there's door 1,
Yeah.
sign in, door 2.
Okay.
Door 1, hold for person behind me. They say thank you. I say, oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Door 2,
Door
they
2
say thanks again. I say, yep.
Door 2's fine. You've established the human interaction. Also, I would say, if you thank at door 1, you actually don't even have to thank at door 2. You've already established your gratitude. I double thank, or I will just be like, hey, thanks again. Like, just, hey, buddy, now we have developed a rapport because I'm so grateful that you held the door for me.
I was just thinking of, remember Nick Burns, your company's computer guy?
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. But it's just, it goes into a larger problem I have with people, and that is just common politeness is gone.
It is.
This is just the one example holding the door, but the other one, my wife and I were talking about letting people merge in front of you. This is a Tim problem with people. How often do you see the thank you wave anymore?
I give it
every time.
Every single time.
Every time. Yeah, I see it monthly at most, and I let people in front of me every day.
But do you sing the Kanye lyrics when you're doing it?
Which ones?
The one that we can't say either.
I mean, no, I do not. So no, but I mean, it's just
yeah.
What does it cost you to acknowledge? Like, and if it's like a truck, I will, because their angle is bad. I'll roll down the window and wave out the window to make sure they see my gratitude.
That's a good move.
Like,
I will keep that filed away.
That angle can be difficult to see the drive. I just want to make sure, hey, buddy, like, yeah, I know you're a truck and you've got places to be. Like, you're actually on the road for your job. I'm just trying to get where I'm going, but you're doing your job and you let me in. So I am.
So let me tell you, this happens a lot as I leave down where I work. You're familiar with Snowden River Parkway, and you have to make the left and then the right to get onto 32 north.
Yes.
So it's only the rightmost turn lane.
Yes.
Will let you on, but there's many office buildings, hundreds if not thousands of people leaving around the same time. You stack kind of both lanes, sometimes all 3 lanes, and then work out the merge in that short stretch after the turn,
right?
So you can make the light.
Yes.
And sometimes I'll be the guy who needs to get in. Sometimes I'll be the guy letting
someone in.
Yeah. But you always let, because this is the social arrangement until the whoever engineering department for the city or the county comes in and says the
Like,
volume of traffic far exceeds.
Right, we done messed up on this one
Yes.
interchange,
There's-
you done messed up. By
It's
the way.
and it's short. It is an eighth of a mile
it's-
from the light to the merge.
I used to rent a townhouse a mile from that exchange,
yes.
and that was dickety something years ago, and it's gotten worse, and it was
It has.
terrible then.
From that time until now, they've in my business park they have built,
Doubled or quadrupled the businesses.
So many. There's so many. So yeah, it's just. You got to do the let.
Yeah.
And the other people have to also do the let, and you got to wave.
You gotta
when
wave.
you are let.
Yeah.
And I'll give the wave back. But
Oh.
if I wave, I don't always get the wave back.
Yeah.
If I am let in and I give the thank you,
Yeah.
I don't always get it. But that's fine.
That's fine. I don't need the return wave. That's fine as long as
This segment really has become like Seinfeld episodes.
Yes.
Like this is George and Jerry talking.
Yeah.
You gotta do the let.
you gotta do the let. They let you gotta. Sometimes you have to be let. Sometimes you gotta let.
Kramer. Oh, I never let Jerry.
No.
I see it all in my head.
Yeah.
It's
I let once.
Oh, brilliant!
Yeah.
But I was also thinking Adam Carolla, who often will fly and just talked about just the decorum on flights and at airports.
Right.
How it used to be, folks would dress up and it
Right
would be a
now
big
it's,
deal.
It's Crocs and sweatpants.
Yeah.
And, it's a how slovenly can I be?
Yeah, so there's something. I guess there's something to be said about more things being accessible to people. Maybe we need to put up some more
barriers.
Yeah. And so you can be more appreciative. Like,
Right.
maybe not everyone should be allowed to drive. My experience has shown me that is the case. But or there needs to be a more rigorous method of getting your driver's license.
I know in the European continent it's harder.
So you know how everything is a subscription now? You don't own anything anymore?
Oh.
Maybe your driver's license should be a subscription.
as a service.
Yeah, so if
I
you're...
just invented it.
I mean...
I stole your idea and named it driver's license as a service, and now it's my patented idea. Patent pending.
I'm giving you a different kind of wave under the table. But yeah.
Flip low. Yeah.
But it's not a terrible idea. You get your license at 16, 17, 18, and then you just have it.
You just have it.
Unless you let it lapse and you have to retake your
So
driver's
this is to a greater point of just why bureaucracy makes no sense. When I bought the travel trailer RV that I have, it's a 27-foot, dual axle, 4 different wheels on it, lots of potential areas where things can go wrong. It had to be inspected when I bought it. Now it's fine forever, according to the government, because I still own it.
I mean,
as long as I'm the one owning it, it's fine forever, and I never have to get it looked at again. So it must be fine.
I don't want there to be more government.
No, but make the government make sense.
Yeah.
Like either don't do it, or do it in a way that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Don't just be like, oh well, this is the point where I take my money and give you a check mark, like, which is what it is.
It really could be as simple as you, the owner. Okay, everyone has a cell phone nowadays with a camera. Just run the camera all the way around, all the way under, upload it.
AI is powerful enough now to look for stuff that could be broken. Like it,
and you don't lose anything. It just says, hey, we found this. We understand. Like you've got 6 months, and after 6 months, you can't take it on the road again until you have provided proof of whatever. Right. Like. No fees to you, just
make it make sense.
Yeah, and but I would love for the driver's license thing to just make sense. The things I see, I would love and hate to be the person, because in my world, to keep your driver's license, you would have to have a me riding next to you for a week and just point. No, you can't. Nope. Like, can I? You've seen the video of the baby reaching for the cookie jar and mom saying no. I hit my mic. Yeah, because I'll be reaching for your phone. No.
I love that we've transitioned into driver's license because it goes to my next segment.
Oh,
which is great.
Okay,
and it's unplanned, so we're gonna be on theme.
Okay, so we'll wrap up problems with people now.
You know, we're living in a society.
So you made a stinger because we've been talking about our hometown of Laurel, Maryland for off and on since we started.
We have.
And we thought, rather than occasionally bring it up tangentially.
What was it that Dad said, that Laurel isn't a place, it's a mindset? What was
something like that.
It was something that was said about Laurel.
Yeah.
I don't know. He'll tell us.
Yeah,
after he sees. But yeah, it's for us. It's many things. It is a place. But it was also a magical time.
Yep. It's also Anywhere USA. It has literally everything that was in every 80s and 90s coming of age story ever, except a beach.
Correct. So yeah, I made this stinger, and we were gonna go whimsical.
Yeah.
But when I got the music in first, it ends up being a little more somber, and we kind of like the somber thing because you're allowed a couple of good cries throughout your life, and
I think the nostalgia for your youth is one of the okay.
Get a little misty eyed. I'd probably want to listen to Motion for anyone else, but
no, but unless, maybe those who might watch who grew up in or near Laurel feel the feels,
or at least in a similar place at a similar time.
Yeah.
So roll the thing, and thank you for letting me take credit for it.
Yeah.
We've got to go back.
Gotta go back.
There's a time machine right here.
Really
on the table.
want a Shane's cheesesteak sandwich after watching that.
Yeah. In the stinger, where you see Pal Jack's, Shane's, and then Toucan Taco. This was your idea for
the parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Do that.
Yeah, it would be Pal Jack's,
Shane's, and Toucan Taco.
Yeah, it would have been funny.
It would have been funny, but also we have to have better abilities.
I don't have. Yeah, I need to put some sweetener on the old vocals there.
Yeah.
And all the software I have, there was a delay in anything that would come out as it's recording.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
So I was like, yep, can't do that.
No.
Can't do that. So
today in Laurel Tales, I wanted to talk about Bluebird Driving Academy.
Oh, it's so funny. When you told me that you had an idea, I was like, now I'm going to cover my mouth in case we have to bleep it out for, is we're talking about. Did you have him?
No, he taught my class. So
Okay.
you might have. I want you to pepper in stories of him because I was going to go with the guy I rode with.
Oh, yes.
I have some stories there that I was watching. I forget what I was watching with my daughter, and like it was a driver's with the instructor in the car, and it was absolutely outrageous. And I was like, oh, mine's worse. Like mine's much worse than that. And I'm like, oh my god! Like it was just all flooding back because
I remember you telling me this, and I won't interject, but I just have to. I'm just going to call him LB. We'll bleep out or out what I said, so we don't. He's long since passed by now. I'm sure
he's got to be. Also, Bluebird Driving Academy is closed.
Okay, but he could have children out there.
He could. Yeah.
I loved him.
Yeah.
The very first thing that he said was, "Now, I want you all to understand, you're going to have 2, maybe 3 pedals in your car. But for the sake of argument, we're just going to talk about the brake and the accelerator. Do not have a love affair with the brake pedal. That's what gets you killed." And I'm like, okay, I love this guy. And it was all stuff like that. But our friend Matt the Legend's older sister, she's maybe 2 years older than me.
1 to 2, yeah.
And she had him.
Yeah.
And hated him.
I remember.
But I was like, I hate school of any kind.
Yeah, he was great.
I could not wait for driving school.
Because so I not only did I have him as my in-class instructor, and I think we did like 3 or 4 1-hour classes in. I don't remember. I
don't remember. It was like a 2-week period, I
Yeah.
think, and maybe 3 times a week.
But
something
I had,
like that.
Because at that point, when you were taking your driver's test, you weren't yet in public school,
I guess not.
and I was. So I actually had friends from
Wait, how were you
High.
in public school before me?
No, I mean, you would have gone into public school when I was in 8th grade, and you were in 11th. 11th would have been your first year, and you would have already been a driver.
Oh, right. Got it. Yes.
So you did not have high school friends with you.
I forget that we're different ages sometimes.
Yes, me too. It sort of equalized. So I actually had, if you remember from our group back then, I had Philip, Adam, and Mike. Were all in my driver's class, along with Emily, if you remember Emily.
No.
She was the girl who used to drive me to school after you graduated.
No.
She got her license before me. Anyway, so yeah, it was just a bunch of people that I was high school friends with. I mean, I never went to most of their houses, except Mike. I don't think I went to any of their houses.
Yeah. The three brothers.
The 3 brothers.
Not the pizza chain.
No.
Who had 3 brothers that lived in a house. I think they had a sister too,
They may have.
who was like the youngest. Neither here nor there.
Yeah, but anyway, so I had buddies that were in that class,
Yeah.
and I had that guy for my instructor, and it was something else.
And side note, that Adam consistently cracked me up.
He was hilarious.
Yeah, like low-key hilarious.
Yeah, he was in my literature, my 9th grade literature class, and we sat next to each other, and that didn't get to last forever. It turned out to be a problem that the teacher had with us being funny and loud. So
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Oh, there's so many things I would love to quote.
I haven't thought about him or Philip. I mean, I think about the O brothers.
Yeah.
Because they had...
I actually encountered them in my adult life, or at least Mike and Joe. I don't think I encountered Charles ever.
No, I haven't. But I remember we met with Mike, and I think we're going out for a beer, but he had like problems and had gotten sober, and it was really depressing for us because we were like...
Right. I remember that. Because
Yeah.
Patrick also came out.
Yeah. So it was like, oh... This is kind of our hobby.
Yeah.
We had no idea we should have gone somewhere else.
We should have had a conversation before that.
Anyway.
Anywho, so what I want to talk about from Laurel, from Bluebird Driving School, which is now closed, probably because of stuff like this. And again, I was trying to explain this. Like, I don't think anyone ever is really aspiring to be a driving instructor.
Probably not.
It's probably not what you wanted to be when you grew up, and then considering that it's typically outside of normal school hours, it's also outside of normal work hours, so it's probably your side job to help make ends meet. You're probably not doing great financially and need a little bump, and that's fine.
Totally fine.
I've had side hustles. No shame in that.
Nope.
But when your side hustle is teaching teenagers how to drive, you're probably not loving it. You're probably not happy to be there. So I had 3 driving times with not the in-class instructor, but the car instructor. For me, it was a different person. I don't know if you had LB in your...
I had LB one time and then someone else two other times.
So my someone else, I don't remember his name. I vaguely remember what he looks like. So time number 1, they show up at your house in the driving car. You get in, you take the wheel, and you go. And he just fell asleep. He just slept in the car.
Am I doing okay, Teach?
And I mean, being me, I was like, this is fine.
Yeah.
I got this. Totally fine. Clocked my hours for the day, came back, woke him up. All of what I am telling you is stuff that actually happened. This is important because it gets worse. Time number 2. I think this was on a weekend, and he had a doctor's appointment. So I drove him to the doctor's appointment, sat in the parking lot while he went to his appointment. He came out, and we went back, and he signed off my hours for the day. So that was me sitting in the parking lot while he went to the doctor, was time number 2.
I will say, as a male,
Yeah.
you will spend a lot of time dropping
Other
people
adults
off and waiting in a parking lot.
Unless you want to sit in the lobby like a sucker. I did not. Nor did he want me to come in. It was very, very much, you wait here. So I'm guessing to avoid getting in trouble. Considering he did not want to get in trouble, what happens next is startling. So, picks me up. He's like, okay, we're going here. Gives me directions. We show up at a mechanic where his car is ready. And he says, that's my car. You follow me. Do not get lost. Do not get separated from me. We are taking my car back to my house. He gets out of the car, breaking the law. Leaving me in the car without a driver's license to drive behind him. Breaking the law. And we go. We just go from the mechanic 5 to 10 minutes to his home. And I'm driving. It says Bluebird on the car. There's no adult in the car. There's just a boy, a 15-year-old boy, driving a company-owned vehicle. No employee of the company in the car.
It's amazing.
And I did it because I'm stupid. I didn't think about consequences. Why would you? I thought about it as it was happening. I was just like, if he goes through that light and I miss it, I'm lost. I'm driving a vehicle I don't own. And who's the cop going to listen to? The grown man or the boy?
Oh, right. The boy stole the car.
The boy stole the car.
I was trying to get him. Yep. Mm-hmm. Wow.
That could have happened to me.
That could have.
Could have happened. Now, so none of it did.
No.
And I finished my course.
Mm-hmm.
I got my license. And here we are, tickety Tim years later. and it's fine. And I've never publicly told the story until today. I'm pretty sure all statutes of limitation have expired.
Absolutely.
But explaining to my daughter, who's getting closer and closer, you got one that's at driving age next month.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, no matter what happens to these kids, it won't be that.
No,
not in a day of cell phones and like document everything. Like,
right, everything's tracked on GPS and
like nothing like that could ever happen again in this society.
All the 90s, man.
But that happened to me. That is a thing that happened to 15-year-old me.
Yeah, you got a Grand Theft Auto mission. You didn't have driving school.
Did. Like it's like reverse escort mission.
Right.
Like, don't lose that guy. So. Yeah.
And yet that time was better.
Yeah. Yeah. I prefer that society.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer, we're going to do this thing sort of illegal. Don't tell your parents. Oh, that was in there. Don't tell your parents was in there. A grown-up said that. Never, ever, ever listen to a grown-up that says don't tell your parents, by the way.
A grown-up said that to me?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll save it for a Laurel Tale.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what? I'm not going to because it implicates some people that are probably still around, so I won't. But I will just say I did tell after getting in trouble for something else for my behavior. This person went to our church that said it, and I was behaving a very specific way and was. Oh no, that's what caused it. Right. But anyway, I ended up telling our mom, and you want to see,
fury,
5'7" of pure fury. Yeah, 5'7", Mom. I don't know. Never guessed. But anyway, yeah. He said it, not me. But yeah,
we're tall. I don't know how that happened. Our parents aren't tall.
No, they're not. Yeah.
Our uncles are tall.
Are they?
Jim's tall.
Jim is tall. Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah. But when someone says, "Don't tell your parents," Tell them.
your parents.
Tell them.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if your parents tell you don't tell your parents...
Well, that gets awkward.
That's a little awkward. Yeah. Now you're in something you don't want to be in.
Right.
This is not going well for you.
Yeah. You need to reconsider. I'm just looking over at the poster to see if... Bluebird is probably just
so Bluebird
cut off. It would be...
Oh, it's there. It's...
It was right across from Hospital.
No. It was right by Tower. So it's there.
Oh, the one I went to was across from Hospital.
Oh, they moved. Well, when they were permanently shuttered, they had moved to Maryland City. So when I went, they had an office right here. That's Tower, right? I think that's Tower. So they were there, and that little sub shop was right there. We would walk to the sub shop.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. I broke Laurel.
No, Laurel's fine. Well, this Laurel doesn't exist anymore. Only in our minds, and only in this segment.
Yeah.
Well,
that's been Laurel Tales.
Laurel Tales.
I still can't believe that happened.
That's wild.
It's one of those things that if I saw it in like the Goldbergs or something like that, because there's a lot of crazy stuff, and then there would be like, this all actually happened. Like,
right. So I remember you telling me the falling asleep bit. I completely forgot.
Yeah.
The follow me home.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. And that wasn't even in, so that was just in the county. Like, that was in, like, southern or central. It was
so you told me at least the drop off for the doctor's appointment was like Greenbeltish or Beltway Plaza area.
He was in Beltsville Greenbelt.
Yeah. So this would have been south of where we live in Laurel.
Not quite. Oh, what's the capital of where the government seat is? It starts with the C. No, it's Marlboro. Upper Marlboro. It wasn't quite Upper Marlboro, but it was heading toward Upper Marlboro.
Yeah. So basically, getting closer and closer to DC.
Yeah.
So Laurel was still very much suburban.
Right. You get more and more close together, closer to city, closer to urban.
Lot more traffic. More dangerous roads. More crazy drivers.
Yeah.
The closer you get to the city. Yeah. So what a great place for all that stuff to happen.
Look at my driving record, man. I mean, they did something right.
Yeah. So you've never rolled a car with your brother in it?
I've never once permanently disfigured my brother by rolling a car.
We'll talk about it one of these days.
It's a Laurel Tale.
It is a Laurel Tale. Anyway, I guess now we're on to Game On to talk about this other thing that's sitting here between us.
Yeah, we should game on.
Let's game on.
one.
So, we needed a segment. We were talking.
Yeah.
And I said, let's do a game on.
Yeah.
And the very first thing that came to my mind was Contra.
Contra.
And Contra specifically, the first one,
The NES
specifically
Contra.
for NES, not the arcade.
The very, very, very difficult.
It is difficult, and you ought to treat yourself to a quick YouTube search of Contra NES playthrough.
Okay.
And watch the 15-minute video of the guy beating it
Who's just that good.
without a single death. Wow. And then you wonder, how is this game hard?
That you play it.
Yeah, it's very, very hard. So this game came out first in the arcades, 87, came out on NES, 88. And we're just going to talk about Contra. We're going to talk about its sequel, Super C, which was 90, and then 1992, 3's Contra 3, The Alien War. There are, I think, 14 total Contra games.
Oh, there's that many.
There was one Contra, I think it was Hardcore, came out for Genesis around the same time as Contra 3.
Because Konami was not exclusive to Nintendo. They were just a developer.
But we got our Genesis way after our Super Nintendo.
I mean, the Genesis was probably done at that point, or very nearly.
It was towards the end, and at this point, it was like, hey, let's catch up on Sonic. Let's get Mortal Kombat with the Blood Code.
Let's get Echo the Dolphin.
Oh. Yeah, look through our old
look
videos.
at our history of Tim trying to figure out what the heck that game was.
What the heck is even that?
It's like a walking simulator, but as a dolphin.
I still don't know what to do. I could treat myself to a playthrough on YouTube. But and when I wanted to talk about Contra, I remembered a very specific memory. So we had a home group.
We did.
A home group is when different groups of people from the church who live nearby get together and just, have a Bible study.
Yeah.
The adults will do that. The kids will just be off wherever. So we had a basement.
Yeah.
That's where we were off to with a couple of our friends. One of them was Sid.
Good old Sid.
And
Sid, son of Sid.
Yes, Sid, son of Sid. And we had never owned Contra on the NES.
No.
To my recollection.
Matt the Legend owned it. I think maybe the Brennemans owned it. I'm not sure.
Right. We had Alien War.
We had Alien War, but we never owned NES Contra.
Which is weird because it's a perfect two-sibling game because it's a two-player game.
Yeah.
But this was rented probably 3 or 4 times. We had it a lot. I don't know that we ever beat it as kids. But
I'm not sure. I know we beat Alien War, but I'm not sure about...
And dude, I watched the playthrough of Alien War, and it's hard.
Yeah.
I don't know how we did it. But anyway, so actually that doesn't work on the version of Contra 3 that's on the SNES Classic. This is the mini version. You have to use, and I didn't get a chance to test it, basically a Hadouken. So, but you hit start instead of A or Y or whatever you would do for Ryu to do it. But anyway,
or Ken.
So, but it's just different motion, and it gives you 30 lives. I don't know that we ever used it or knew it, because it didn't ring a bell. But what I remember about our friend Sid, specifically home group downstairs in the basement playing this, he was this kind of guy with the controller.
Which I've seen my son do, and it's hilarious.
It's awesome. I don't think we ever did it. I don't know.
I don't remember us being like that squirmy. But.
Yeah, but you get into it, and I get it. It's great. But I just remember him playing and falling off the couch and just dying of laughter.
Yeah.
And this has nothing to do with Contra, but I have to make a confession on camera. 35-ish, maybe 38, maybe more years ago, down in the basement with our friends, I made a wiener joke.
Oh, no.
And it was heard upstairs by the adults, and all I hear is, Tim! And it's like, I was talking about hot dogs, Dad! Hot dogs! And I'm like, okay. I was not talking about hot dogs.
Willies.
Yeah. Made a wiener joke, got busted, lied my way out of it. I think they probably wanted me to lie my way out of it, so they could
just go back to what they were doing. Yeah. So you sinned. And then in order to get out of your punishment of your sin, you sinned.
Yeah, 2 sins make non-sin?
I might want to reread that Old Testament.
I'm a little out of goats at the moment.
Okay.
My goat supply is low.
Well, that'll happen when you correctly sacrifice and make scapegoats. And
We live near goat farms and other types of farms.
Fine without blemish.
Fine without blemish. Yeah. Just chop it
Firstborn,
up.
Mm-hmm. It's a sweet aroma.
Yeah, pleasing to the Lord. Yeah. So
we're not on Holy Crap yet, and yet we are.
Yeah, right. It all blends together. But anyway, so Contra, basic concept. It's what I love about the first Contra is you've got your typical. I'll go this way for camera. Side scrolling, where you're running and gunning, shooting enemies, dodging their shots, and then you get a simulated 3D level, a couple of them. So you're looking behind the character, and there are enemies at the far end of the screen, and you're basically moving side to side, ducking shots and shooting down. And then you'll get vertical platforming. So you get 3 types of gameplay, which is fun.
For NES, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is. And even watching it, I was like, man, this looks way better than I remembered. It's still, obviously, nothing like today's games, but you go back and I just think about all the sweaty people at their desks typing all this in code and making it work somehow on not even megabytes, kilobytes of.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's just wild how they managed to pull this stuff off. But yeah, a very fun game, action packed. You die a lot, but again, saying perfect sibling game in that it is 2-player. So there was no competition for the Nintendo. We could play it, and then you rotate friends through. But the terrible thing about these games is if you play 2-player, if I'm playing as character 1 and you 2, and I die first, I can steal your lives.
You can.
And continue to play.
Yes.
And there's nothing other than a verbal agreement to prevent that from happening.
Right. A gentleman's agreement.
Yes. And a gentleman's agreement with children under the age of 10 is probably not going to happen.
It's not enforceable.
No. No, we know a verbal contract is binding in the state of Maryland. I don't think that this would count.
There's going to be a Arrested Development moment now. I'm going to show my face that I forgot to bring something for the next segment. That's okay. It was at this moment. Like, that's going to play. I made a face because it's just like, oh, crap. But anyway.
When I asked this earlier, do you need any space on the table?
I did.
And you said, no, I didn't bring anything.
Because I didn't bring the thing I was going to bring.
That's fine.
It's fine.
Do you want to have the trophy here?
No, I'm the world's most average.
Okay. I sent you that. What was it? I already forget what it was.
Oh gosh. It was the same energy.
Yeah, the exact same vein. But to continue the Contra talk while you're looking it up, I don't know. I don't think we ever had Super C. Now they called it Super C rather than Super Contra, which was its original name because of the Iran-Contra. Which
is hilarious because whenever I think about the Iran-Contra conflict, I just immediately think about Contra.
Now, when you think about Contra, do you think... I'm going to hold this here so we can see, and I'm going to point to things. Do you think... There we go, so I can see. Rambo?
Or Commando?
Commando, or is it Commando, or this looks more like Dutch from Predator?
Oh, it is pretty Dutch.
The Alien from Aliens. Yeah. They were really onto something with this marketing. So they're... I forget I think it's Lance and Bill are the names. Gotta lean forward here.
So I found the thing.
Okay.
It was, you're such a loser. If there was a contest for losers, you would be second. Why am I not first? Because you're a loser.
It's classic.
Same energy as the trophy.
Yeah. Oh, which I think I've already shown, but I'll... Just so we can get that. That's me. World's most average human runner-up.
Runner-up.
One day I'll get there. But yeah, so I have to look it up on my phone because I didn't take the notes, but this Contra was named other things in other countries.
Oh, probably to avoid confusion or offense. Or
quite
whatever.
possibly, but my favorite was the UK.
Double action men, gentlemen's.
Yeah. Oh gosh, man, it was up on this page, and then here it was called Probotector.
What?
Probotector, like
protector
robot with a robo in there. Probotector, and Super C was called Probotector 2: Return of the Evil Forces. And now it had a different name in Japan, and it's not on this page. But
I'm just trying to wrap my head around Probotector. It's like I don't know if you've seen the meme.
Gryzor.
Okay, that one works.
That was the arcade and computer version.
That works for me.
Localized as Gryzor in Europe.
Yeah. I remember seeing a meme of like a appetizer basket with French fries and black olives, and the comment was, "You Brits probably call this thing nuts and bolts or something." It's like, they
Right.
said,
Yeah.
odd names for everything.
Yeah, you guys, you're not. It's the blitz is over. You're not huddled down in the
Yeah,
tube
you're allowed
eating your
to-
canned beans and your bread.
Yeah, you're allowed to be people now.
Yes.
Sort of.
Well, now they just have
Not
curry
anymore.
because they imported all their food from. But yeah, the graphical jump from the NES to the SNES for
Crazy.
So did you play
Yeah, I did
any
level-
of?
I
any
played
more?
level 1, which
Me too.
has that tank that's awesome.
I love getting in
that
the tank.
Is so powerful. And
It's-
you just run over bad guys. It's so good.
Yeah, so I lost. Of all the lives that I lost in the first level, the lostiest loss was not realizing that the dog could get you.
Yes,
I thought it was just a background
no,
dog.
it's not a background
Not a
dog. It's a
background
baddie.
dog.
It's a baddie.
So I watched more of a playthrough for this just to see the top down level,
Yeah.
and then the one I was telling you about when you have to
The
ascend.
climbing and
That level, that's level 3, is brutal
Yeah.
because you have I want to say there are 2, possibly 3 mini bosses before you get to the big boss.
you're
Now,
probably right.
as you're doing the ascent
Yeah.
on the side, you've got this thing that's clunking its way up, and you have to dodge where it stabs, and then its head will move up and down and like shoot at you.
Yeah.
And then as it progresses, it'll start stabbing in, and so it's with these games, it's all pattern recognition.
Yes, it is.
So in order to get through without taking any hits, you have to know. Like you'll watch the guy, and he's like, "Why does he stop before anything happens?" Oh, he's memorized what this thing does.
Yeah.
And why does he stand over here? Oh, he's memorized.
Yeah.
You beat this guy, then you get into a room with those 2 robots
Right.
that were hanging from the ceiling, and then they
Yeah.
attack. And then as you break them down, then it's the half of them,
Yes.
and the
Which is
half,
somehow
the
more
top
powerful
half,
than
right, just like it. Yes. So it moves faster. You finally kill them, and then the big daddy robot opens the gate behind you.
Yeah, and
then
it's the Terminator.
Well, no,
but
it's,
giant.
I mean, it's humongous.
Yeah, but it's got the eyes and the...
Yeah, and it's shooting beams that follow
Yeah.
you around, so you can climb up the sides of the walls
Yep.
and the whole way around the whole map. And you have to dodge that, dodge fire, or dodge bullets.
Yeah.
And I think even enemies start to pop in. And I'm just watching whoever did this run through taking no hits. I'm like, man, how many hours do you have to spend like memorizing every last thing?
And then you think about those same guys are the guys that can play Dark Souls without ever getting any kit. They're like in a loincloth with a club, and they just know every dodge, every counter.
To a lesser degree, I saw a clip of someone who played Breath of the Wild and went straight to Ganon after you clear the first part.
Yeah,
and
with 3 hearts.
Yeah, 3 hearts, nominal weapons and
Yeah.
shields, and did it all with parries and dodges. Like unbelievable.
My son's doing some of that now with the DLC, because there's like challenge modes, and he's doing it.
I've tried those. They're not for me.
My son's 11. He can do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he's got the reflexes and the mental sharpness, and
But yeah, the Contra series is among my favorites. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, especially 3. Alien War is like in just a... When you exclude the top-down levels, is in a special place in my heart. The top-down levels are just... Especially when you're playing split screen, or 2-player, because it goes split screen. So
and
it's like...
It was already dizzying just
Because
watching
you're
one.
using like the shoulder buttons to turn the map, and then it's just very... It was innovative,
It was.
but doesn't mean it was good.
Yeah.
That was an innovative way to make a game hard and confusing and dizzying.
Yeah, if I'm going to play a top-down, give me, what was it, Loaded on PS1?
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Gory, too.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like a good blood splatter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot else to say about Contra other than it still holds up as fun. They've made more modern games, and I'm considering trying
I'm curious
one out.
because Alien War was such a seminal game in our 90s era.
It was.
I would
And the
have to
music
see.
is fantastic. When I was doing the Tim Out Arcade thing, I noticed every game I was picking
Had good music.
had music, and I'm wondering how much was the music also just drawing you back, or at least that's like something that helped lock it into my
Yeah,
memory.
there are some that are, especially like, we didn't really play it back then, but Castlevania had great music.
Yeah, that's one we got later and
Yeah.
never really played much. I think it was probably
Probably weren't
Too
allowed
Evil,
to.
90s
Yeah.
Christians,
Yeah.
which will
the
segue
most
into our
Christian.
next segment, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I have nothing else to say about Contra unless you do.
No.
Other than, it's available in every kind of collection, probably every online store for every console.
Right. It's just that iconic and that.
Yeah, if you've never played it, give it a play. Look up the cheat code so you can get 30 lives and at least have a better chance of beating it.
Yeah,
But it's a lot of fun.
three's not enough.
It's fast-paced. The levels are short, too, especially in the first Contra.
Oh, yeah, because like you just have to get to the thing and blow it up. And
Yep.
it's very basic, but it's fun.
Yeah, a great night would have been us with friends, Contra, bowl of chips.
Maybe some Mountain Dew if we're old enough.
Maybe,
Maybe some root beer if we're not.
Yeah, maybe some Kool-Aid because maybe we couldn't have soda.
Yeah.
Some kids weren't
Or some
allowed.
Country Time lemonade.
Which is basically
Or
Kool-Aid.
Minute Maid frozen concentrate.
Did you ever take a bite of the
Yeah,
concentrate?
of course.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's next level, dude.
times. Yeah.
Yeah. Boom.
Game on! Game on!
Well, once again,
How are we doing on the time? I'm just curious.
I think
'cause
we're a little fast today. Let's see. Not that bad. We're at an hour and 8 minutes. So
Okay.
yeah, we're gonna come in over an hour, under an hour 30 probably.
All right, we're not going to hold you guys hostage for close to 2 hours this time.
Yeah, we didn't have as much. It's fine.
Yeah. We don't have a specific time amount to hit.
No.
Just let's keep it no shorter than 45, no longer than an hour 45. Mentally.
And we hit like an hour and 50 once, I think.
Yeah. Well, shame on us.
Shame on you.
Speaking of shame, I don't know. No, this has nothing to do with shame. We're going to talk about something that was fun for me from our past. I don't know if it was fun for you. We were in different.
We'll get into it because I only have one memory.
Okay, this could be a Laurel Tale, but we're gonna repackage it and repurpose it and ship it as holy crap.
I had 80s and 90s Christian parents.
And they were gonna show people that weren't even saved Terminator 2!
Who could it have been?
So, in the 90s, and still today, much to my chagrin, there is an alternative to Boy Scouts called Stockade.
There's actually also, depending on your denomination and its affiliation, there's also Royal Rangers.
I've heard of this.
Which is...
Didn't we know someone who was in Royal Rangers?
Yeah, I think Ian maybe.
Okay. Because we would talk about Stockade. So what Stockade is essentially it's a ministry tool for a church to be an alternative to Boy Scouts or whatever. But basically, you start off on the tree climbers, and the purpose of that is like father and son.
Yeah,
and it's like a bonding thing. And then as you get older, probably closer to the middle school age, then you go into Stockade, where it would be men from the church and basically like trying to strengthen I guess your understanding of masculinity as well as
biblical principles
and learning skills, and then but all just kind of bonding together in what should be a good Christian environment. For us it was, thankfully, because reading through this stuff I'm like, man, nowadays where you just can't trust anything. I mean, I guess you couldn't back then, but I'm like, whew.
It's more obvious now that you can't. But
yeah. But yeah, so we were very fortunate. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and our church got it, I guess, or enrolled or whatever. I want to say like towards the end of our first church. We only went for a few years,
the end.
like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
but
because our church split in the early 90s, maybe
something like that. Yeah,
I the timeline's a little weird for me. It's hard to put everything. It split no later than 95, no earlier than 92.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So
so it was kind of cool for Stockade. You would get your blue shirt.
Yep.
And the whole purpose, so you have like an arm sleeve here, and you get your troop number, not unlike a Boy Scout thing, and then you're either, I forget, you're a sentinel if you're old enough, and if you're not, I forget what the other term was. I think I was one of the older kids and started at sentinel.
Yeah, I started in tree climbers for a year because we adopted it so late, and then I was in Stockade for 1 year, 1 season, whatever.
And we've talked before, our first church, we just rented from your middle school.
Yes.
Which we went to the church before it became your middle school.
Yeah.
So we would meet there on a weeknight. It would be all the boys from our church. We're all roughly the same age. It was, which is part of the idealized thing from our youth.
Right.
So we had a good
good
group.
solid group of 6 to 10 guys around our age, many of whom we still either interact with or are one step removed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so we would meet. You'd meet in the evening. You'd wear your shirt. We would be doing different activities and things to earn patches.
Yep.
So it's fun because anything that you can gamify and level up in, it appeals to men specifically, probably to women too, but I can only speak for men being one. But it's the whole thing. Like we need quests.
Yes,
we need things to accomplish.
Yes, we are wired to have a challenge and overcome.
Mm-hmm. And it was really good because we're with all of our favorite friends,
right? And we are competing within our group as well as competing against other groups.
Yeah,
especially when you get into what I meant to bring today.
Oh yeah, okay.
The cars.
Yeah, that was the button that I was going to put on this one.
Oh, I jumped the gun,
which is fine.
But
that was the pinnacle.
Right before the government paid China to make a virus to shut down the world, my my son was in Royal Rangers at the church we were attending, and we were going to do, and we bought and I still have the thing, so I still have the kit to make the first one. Oh man! So that just a car, and that's what I was going to bring to show. Just a car like yay big, within certain specifications, certain weight, and you got a gravity track, and you try to win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's the Pinewood Derby.
Pinewood Derby, right.
But we'll get to that one. The other thing I wanted to mention is not just being among the boys, but also a lot of the elders and other men from our church.
Right. And other solid dudes who can give you advice that maybe you're not listening to your dad about, or maybe they've got some wisdom your dad doesn't yet, or whatever.
Or just different skills. Like our dad was been a computer programmer, so that was his area of expertise, but maybe we talk to one who's a mechanic.
Right.
And you can learn some things you're not going to learn.
Yeah.
And vice versa. The other kids can learn, this is how you do this in a computer. So you're getting these different skills from different, and I think all of them were dads that were part of our troop, all the men.
Yeah, it's long enough ago. You might remember better than I do, because again, I was first year, so I must have been at the oldest a sixth grader.
But before jumping into the fun part, let's jump into the fun part. We'll button it up with the importance of masculinity. Okay.
Well, then before we get to the serious part, I have my story of tragedy.
Okay. So. Your story of tragedy, Pinewood Derby, button up.
So my only memory of Stockade, besides the Pinewood Derby, which I lost, we'll get to that, was one, I think, within the first little bit of me joining. I guess we just were like horsing around, like some of the dads were like wrestling with some of the boys, so we tried to take down the biggest dad, a group of us, and I got in the wrong position, and when they managed to bring him down, he landed on my throat and bruised my esophagus or something. I mean, the dad felt horrible,
of course,
but I just remembered like agonizing pain for like weeks because I had damaged my throat in that. That is my only memory.
Okay,
besides the Pinewood Derby.
Well, I have two memories. So one, we'll start with my moment of triumph, and then my moment of shame.
Good.
Moment of triumph. Dodgeball was a regular warm-up activity before getting into a lesson, so you get all the wiggles out.
This is ringing some bells,
so the boys can sit and hear a lesson. So very, very smart.
Yeah.
I was getting frustrated because I kept getting hit. So in our final round, towards the end of the game, someone throws it at me. I punch the ball out of frustration because I'm not going to be able to dodge it in time. It goes straight up, and then I catch it. And
catching,
I caught the ball. It never touched the ground.
Yeah, that means the person who threw it is out.
They had to review and ultimately concluded I did catch it, even though it was not a regulation dodgeball move. There was no law that
says I can't punch before catching.
Because they were like, well, it bounces off him, but he still catches it. Yeah, it's still a catch because it didn't hit the ground afterwards. So triumph. Moment of shame was we were doing another weeks later, another physical activity, and we had to, in order to get the badge, you had to do all these specific physical things, the last one being a somersault. I could not, nor have been ever to do a somersault. Ever able to do a somersault.
Somersault is forward roll?
Yeah, it's forward roll.
Yeah.
I could not mentally...
You just couldn't get over it somehow. There's
just somewhere I couldn't understand it. Like, it seems so simple.
Like Matt the Legend learning how to dive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you remember.
Yeah.
I'll have to make an illustration. He literally jumped straight up in the air, put his arms between his legs, and landed feet and arms first.
Right, with his head up.
Yeah.
Head facing up.
That was how he learned how to dive.
Yeah. Diving I could do.
Yes.
And I was very proud of that, but I could not do a somersault. And it was, and I remember first it was our pastor who was the head guy.
Yeah.
And it's too much responsibility being a pastor, so it went to Reggie, who became our new
Reggie
head
who
guy.
fell on me. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
gosh.
I was looking for the name. I couldn't think of it. It was Reggie.
Yeah. And he was awesome.
Yeah.
But he was trying to help me do a somersault, and it was just like...
Just humiliating.
It was like, not humiliating, but it was like, put your head down, and then you just have to kind of like flip your... I can roll it. And I'm like, no. Because I couldn't
get past the block.
Yeah. I've later found out in life that the top of my spine, the very top bone is the atlas.
Yeah.
Is fused to my skull, and
it's not supposed to be.
It's not. It's supposed to be loose, and it apparently has been that way my whole life, affecting my equilibrium. So that probably is why I couldn't do it. Just not knowing why.
Yeah.
It's because I'm a freak. I'm an X-Man with the worst power ever.
Yep, that's pretty bad.
So, Pinewood Derby.
Pinewood
Derby. The concept.
Yeah.
The boys get the kit.
Yep.
You make the car.
You
get
decorate it however you want.
Well, let's say, when we did it, you had a literal block of wood.
Yes.
And then a man would have...
like a bandsaw.
And
you would use the bandsaw to shape
it. There would be a template.
Yeah.
You would put the template on the side.
Yep.
And then run it through the
trace it
bandsaw.
Yep.
And then make the shape of your vehicle. You had like maybe 10 or 12 you could choose from.
There were a handful of templates, yeah.
And...
I think we both chose the one that looked kind of like an F1 car.
We did. And so first it would go through that process. Then the boys' responsibility is to attach the wheels, paint, and decorate.
Yeah.
And another man's responsibility, and this was fun. This was our friend Aaron's older brother. So he would have been probably like 17, 18.
Yes. So he was a half-brother. He was...
yes.
Yeah, so he was a little older.
But his responsibility, so they had to be a certain weight, was to take the, I guess it was...
it was like solder or something. So you had a channel in the bottom, and you filled the channel with, I guess it was tin solder or something.
So it was liquid metal, looked like T1000. Yeah. So you would put the vehicle on the scale, tear it out, T-A-R-E, and then get the specific weight that it's supposed to be. And then once it cooled and dried, then the boys' responsibility was to continue the assembling. But that same older half-brother, for fun, made his own where he did not shave or template his car anyway. It was literally a block.
Yeah.
He painted it camouflage, and it won every derby that
derby.
we did just competing amongst ourselves
yeah.
before going to the real competition.
Yeah.
Because extra weight, I'm sure.
But because the extra really helps you gain the acceleration downhill.
Yep.
And it doesn't go uphill ever.
No, so aerodynamics make no difference.
Weight was really all that mattered.
Yeah.
And I learned later in life loss of friction. If you make it so only 3 of the wheels touch, you're going to win every time.
Interesting.
Because you have one less wheel creating friction.
So this is why when you would go to the actual competition, there would be tables where you would bring your car over and they would have to measure and weigh and do all these things to make sure you're within regulation. Yep. I never won anything for finishing a race or being fast enough, but I did win for decoration.
Oh, nice.
So my car, the F1 shape, I had vertically done 1/2 black, 1/2 like a burgundy red, and then put a bunch of like racing decals that we got from the hobby store on it, and so I just won for appearance for being a very cool looking car. So that was nice to win something.
I think I had gold and something. I think gold and blue or something like kind of like maybe like the Blue Angels.
Yeah.
Thing,
That rings a bell. Yeah.
So because and if you haven't seen the Blue Angels documentary, you should. It's amazing.
Or just go see the Blue Angels.
Them. We live
especially
close enough to Annapolis that we can go. We went.
Sometimes I can just see them if you're outside at the right time and the right day.
So I remember. Because I don't know how many you did. I only did the one because I was only in for 1 year.
I did too.
And the year that I went, I lost my first race. So eliminated immediately and cried in public because you do.
I got nothing from my second race. My second race was held at the private school that we ended up going to.
Oh, okay.
But I remember. But I just remember because our friend Matt the Legend was in this one too.
Yes.
Was when they called his name, 2 boys from another camp heard his name and were making fun of because you can make very specific jokes.
We all had. Well, a few of us have last names that did not treat us well in middle school.
No.
So
I've been called many things with my last name that are not my first name.
No, they are not. Very few original ones.
No, but they all make me laugh.
I mean, I giggle now.
Yeah, back then it was just
back
like,
then it was like,
I am not, I do not.
oh man. So anyway, I guess.
But Pine with Derby, fun competition.
Fun competition.
Out with the boys.
Yeah, and it I guess. Well, on my little soapbox, it's important early in life to learn how to lose.
That is a very good point.
You're going to lose in life. You're gonna not get the promotion. You're gonna get rejected by the girl you ask out. You're gonna you're gonna lose at some stuff.
Yeah.
And learning in a controlled environment how to lose is a very, very useful thing.
That is actually. So I was going to say, speaking of shame, that kind of brings it forward.
Yeah.
That and not shame specifically, but the more what you could call the negative feelings and negative emotions of the life experience, or even of things like love, how they over time have been shoved away. And I would argue this is the more masculine side of things are getting shoved away to make room for the more feminine, touchy-feely, whatever things. And so that is a very good point, because yes, you will lose, you must know how to, but you have to understand how to, in general, feel badly, and then what do you do about it? How do you respond to it?
Right.
And that's a good thing, especially as young boys and young men, to learn from good, solid older men, especially Christian men, if you are in the faith.
Yeah.
To how do you handle adversity? How do you handle loss? How do you handle just feeling bad or feeling ashamed?
Right.
And so much of that is on the masculine side and has been pushed away. And that's what what I wanted to button this up on, is the importance of masculinity and you could probably speak to it more, being a dad of a boy. I'm a dad of a girl.
I had a pretty recent experience. I think we brought it up last episode that I wound up, or an episode or two ago, working on a fireworks display for our church. Mm-hmm. And since that episode, the display happened, but we did some other prep work on the 3rd of July, and I brought my boy along with me, and, kind of on the drive up to the church was just like, okay, I want to talk to you about how men work together, how they interact, and just explain, like, basically, you're going to hear guys joking around with each other. This is kind of how we test the waters with one another. Like, I won't know anyone in the room, and we're going to just start poking.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what men do. They just start poking to see, all right, is this guy cool?
Right.
Like, can he take it? Can he fire back?
It's probably genetic memory from we have to go on this hunt together.
I got to make sure you're trustworthy and you can handle. Yeah. So, and then just, okay, he's 11. There's only so much he's capable of. But, the biggest thing that I instill is, say yes to everything, like, be diligent, listen, and, like, also read the room. Right. If they're, like, I was basically like, okay, look, if there's, like, a super bald dude, don't just come out of the gate like, hey, baldy. Like, you gotta know how to be.
What left you first, your hair or your wife?
Oh, but yeah, you gotta know how to poke without hitting the sore spot immediately. So we had a good time. He was really, really helpful. But because some of the work that we were doing was very technical, he wound up helping another group, like just simple stuff like loading up trash cans and trash bags, like getting non-technical stuff, but like, I was proud. He stayed with, we volunteered an 8-hour day, and he asked if we could go home at about 7.5 hours.
Wow.
Before then, he was just like rolling with the punches. I'm like,
it's awesome. We've talked about this amongst ourselves, that the typical school environment is very catered towards the female versus the male on the bell curve, with the average being in the middle. And, it's sitting still, it's being quiet. Yeah. It's all these things. And so our society does not cater to masculinity. It
really doesn't.
And
it's one of the reasons I love homeschooling.
Absolutely. But it labels it toxic. Yeah. And says nothing about there are toxic aspects of masculinity and femininity. Yeah. The feminine aspects that are toxic are never talked about.
No, they're not. And they're, it's an overprotective, overmothering, there's a real negative. Mm-hmm. Like, if you treat everything in the world like it's your precious child to protect, we're not going to have anything.
A good example would be, let's say there is a drug addict. Yeah. The masculine approach would be, well, this person needs to be severed from anything that
Yeah.
will give him or her access to drugs or enable that access, and kind of be locked down. It has to be very strict, regimented thing to get that person to the other side, and maybe give them a chance to actually be a productive member of society, where the more feminine thing is like, you just have to embrace them, accept them for who they are, just love them, give them whatever it is they need to be comfortable.
Needles,
Like, we as men, we want them off the street and able to produce and be part of society, whereas the more feminine approach would be to just keep them as comfortable as possible. And that is love. Both aspects have loving elements. Yes. And the wholeness of God's perfect love encapsulates both the feminine and the masculine.
Man and women, he created them both. In his image, he created them. It's in the Bible.
It is, and this is why we don't need to dive too far, but why marriage was such a perfect thing, because it's the union of those two aspects. It's the union of the two different types of God's image and functioning as one. That's why it's ideal for raising children, and once you are married and have children, and if you're especially following a biblical path or approach, you see the perfection of the design, because even though I have a daughter, there are some things only I can provide. There are many things only her mother can provide, but the combination of the two of us is giving our daughter a more well-rounded experience, and hopefully my job is to show her, not tell her, how men are supposed to treat women. And
that is one of the biggest things.
So there's nothing you and I can do to solve the problem of masculinity being exterminated from our society,
other than be masculine. I can raise a masculine boy.
Don't be shamed by people or society telling you that it's bad. Don't listen. It's not. It's not. Obviously, there are bad. Don't go around as a man and just start punching everyone and everything. That's bad.
No, be judicious in your punching. Some things need to be punched. I mean, you hate to say it.
But
there are times.
Every once in a while, but it should be meekness, the sheathed sword. So it's
you have the capacity for violence, but you choose not to.
Exactly. You're like the wandering shogun, whatever, or not shogun. Ronin. Thank you. I was like the masterless samurai, and you push them far enough, and that sword's coming out. But most of the time, the sword should just stay in and just be judicious in your thoughts and in your actions. But
just because you have the bulldozer, the steel plates, and the concrete, you don't have to combine it all. You can be reasonable. Always ready to be, always willing.
Yes, absolutely. Any more thoughts on this particular topic?
No, I mean, I think just in general, as parents, if any other parents are watching and listening, this sort of group is a great thing. Obviously, vet the group, vet the people involved, because we live in crazy times. But it's important for your kids to get around other kids. It's important for your kids to have additional resources in trustworthy adults, because you don't have everything.
As young men, we had adults from different churches and that were men that we could turn to later in life if we needed advice from a specific thing that they were more versed in than our own parents.
Or like, there are times where you are going to need to talk about an issue about your parents with another trustworthy adult. And it's good to have those kinds of relationships and build them early.
Absolutely. So it is a very good thing. It doesn't take a village, as people say, that the village raises people. It takes
a community.
But you want a good foundation at home, and then wider community of trustworthy.
Then aunts and uncles, whether or not they're biological, just trustworthy.
Yep. Good times, man. All right, wrap that one here.
So after that, we have made it. Oh, we made it to an hour and a half. Look at us. We're on a good sweet spot. I mean, with the little trimming and the little credits, we're probably right around an hour and a half. So
yeah. Feel good about this one.
I do. We had some fun.
We did. Maybe the journey was the friends we made along the way. You never cracked your second one, or did you? Oh, you did. I wasn't paying close enough attention. I'm not monitoring you.
Good.
It's not my job.
No, you are not your brother's keeper.
No. Where does it say that?
I don't know. Can't imagine where it would say that.
I don't know either, man. Maybe in the Dead Sea Scrolls?
Yeah,
they're
maybe.
not they're not canonized.
Some of them are. It's fine.
No, none of them.
fine.
Nothing is.
Yeah. If everything's canon, nothing is, or if nothing's canon, everything is. Oh man. Well, we've had fun.
We have,
as we tend to do, and I guess we'll do this again. We'll babble on about 5 next week. I think we're going to get a little deeper into the Bible.
Yeah. So we were talking in we're for our Holy Crap segment right now. We're just thinking of stories and times from the past, but now we're going to run out of those eventually.
Yeah. So we want to start mixing it up, throwing in some pepper in, like maybe what we're reading, fresh pepper, maybe thoughts on a sermon we heard, that sort of stuff.
Or we both read our Bibles, talk about maybe a chapter or a verse that we read.
I'm in Judges. No, I just finished Judges. I'm in Samuel now. Judges is weird.
It is. So I started at Joshua because getting back into close to nightly readings of my Bible has only been the last several months. I started at Joshua and went forward, and I was like, I got to go back and do Genesis through Deuteronomy.
Yeah. The Pentateuch.
The Penta or Pentateuch?
Penta for 5, like pentagram.
That stuff.
Yeah. The first 5 books.
First 5 books of the Bible.
The Torah.
Because so many of the Bible stories come from there. It's like, I know that stuff.
Yeah, you do, but
you don't.
There's lots in there.
There's repetition between Exodus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy.
Yeah.
There's the
there's
narrative
also
focus
changes. The Judges, Samuel, Kings, Chronicles, all the Bible's not written chronologically.
It's not.
There's overlaps. It's different authors all inspired by God telling the same stories, and sometimes
you're getting a first person perspective. Sometimes you're getting more of like a feelingless list of things that happened.
Yeah, so it's it can be a little overwhelming. There's actually really good. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll bring in a book that I got recently on how to read the Bible.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
Let's say that for
I'll let you borrow. I bought a couple copies because it was like $5, so
okay.
I'll bring it so we can just both kind of get on the same page, and it'll be a good one. Just kind of so you can understand what this crazy collection of, because it's not a book, it's a collection of dozens of books.
Yes, over the course of hundreds of years.
Yes, so it's interesting stuff.
It is. Well, let's wrap here because we're just going on and on. We were almost starting a whole second segment of Holy Crap.
Second Holy Crap. Holiest crapest. That's how very
guys,
Roman.
Real quick, if you've been watching this long, thank you.
Thank you.
Thumb it up with the like. Subscribe if you haven't. Leave a comment. Anything to help us in our little quest to hit that algorithm.
We're gonna conquer that algorithm and one day have money.
One day it could happen. It's not the goal. We're just here to have fun.
But it'd be nice if they could buy us
support.
better equipment.
Yeah. So we can make better stuff for you for free.
The people.
Peace out, everyone.